Welcome to the What's Happening Birmingham video podcast.
Hello, everyone. This is Jarvis Scott with What's Happening Birmingham. I'm back again. I want to say Happy New Year to my all-time favorite city council person. I throw a little all-time on there. Council President Wardine Alexander for District 7. Council President Alexander, thank you for coming on today.
Well, thank you. It's always a pleasure to be with you and talk about what's happening in D7.
Oh, yes, we got a lot of things happening. But before we start about D7, just kind of, of course, you've been council president. Beginning of the year, biggest thing you all deal with is the budget. So where are we now as far as like the budget for 2023?
Yes, well, actually, we're starting with preparation for the budget. It's really called fiscal year 24, even though it doesn't start until July 1 of 2023. And at very early stages of the budgeting process, where the mayor and the members of the finance team with our finance director, they're contacting each of the department heads, asking them for a list of items or sort of their wish list of what they'd like to see in this next fiscal budget. Included in that is Department of Transportation, your firemen, your police, road transportation, public works, all of those department heads, park and rec, they're again submitting those budgets, having those initial talks. Once that is finalized, then the mayor and that financial team will come back with the proposed budget, which will go through a process of being reviewed by the city council. Part of that will include a public hearing for an opportunity for residents to discuss and have benefit of understanding what's in that budget. And then that budget will come to the Budget and Finance Committee and the full council for approval. So look for that to happen around March, April of this year, and we'll be getting more information out to the residents. Want to be sure they understand what is being presented in that budget, because that's very important as to how our dollars will be used in our neighborhoods.
Okay, and also, I guess before we start kind of taping, you tell me about a surplus that you all had?
Yes, actually, in the last fiscal year of FY22, there was a surplus. And what that means, we went through the budgeting process, we set a budget, and because of some very good things that happened, we contained our spending, as well as, most importantly, we had an increase in the property taxes, taxes that are generated in the city through entertainment, different permits. And so we see that people are spending their money in the city of Birmingham. So that allowed us to have a surplus. So what you'll see is that just recently, the mayor presented those dollars to us, and the council has approved allocation of those surplus dollars. Included in that is more money that's going into park and recreation, our swimming pools, our libraries, putting some more money in weed abatement. So this is a good thing for the city of Birmingham. Included in that is $20,000 that's going to be allocated to the Powderly Branch Library.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah, and we're going to use those funds to start a STEM library there at the Powderly Branch Library, which will be open for residents, primarily students. We want to get them into the STEM activities. So we're putting in a whole new lab that will include computers, resources where they can utilize and benefit from that STEM more in the district. So we're excited to do that. And that's just one example of how each district will be using those surplus dollars.
Okay, for the people who don't know what STEM, what does STEM mean?
Yes, that's science, technology, engineering, and math. And we know that students that focus on those, it helps to lead for more job opportunities, putting our students out there where they can code, they can work in those technology careers, engineering, math. Another one is again, wanting to focus on those as career opportunities for our students and putting those curriculums out there where they can look to that as a career choice. And so I'm real excited to have that come over in D7 where we can focus on that there at the Powderly Branch Library. That's in conjunction to what our school systems are already doing. I know that at Green Acres School, which is now a part of District 7, they actually have a STEM program there at Green Acres Middle School. So this is just something that will improve and enhance opportunities for our students and residents.
Okay, and another thing I see that you got going on D7 is the uniform trash bins. Seen the new
Oh, yes. Yes, very excited. Now, not all residents in D7 are part of the uniform trash bin, but we do have several neighborhoods that were part of that first allocation to the first 20,000 households. There are about 100,000 households in the city of Birmingham. So that first wave of trash cans went out a few months ago. By the end of February, beginning of March, you'll see the next allocation of more 20,000 households. They're doing it in 5 different phases or 4 different phases, if I get my math right, to make that up to 100,000 residents. So we'll be increasing that number. There'll be another 20,000. I'm hopeful that more neighborhoods in D7 will be part of that phase, but eventually we'll get to all 100,000 households. The thing I really want residents to know that as you come on board with the uniform trash system, you'll receive a letter by mail indicating that your household is now part of this next wave of implementation. Be sure to read that letter so that you can understand what you will be required to do in order to make that a smooth transition. One is all of your garbage must be bagged and placed into the container. Can't be on the outside of the container, can't be along beside the container, on top of the container. You need a clear area so that that truck can do what we're paying it to do. Pick that trash up, put it in that truck, and put it right back in front of your house. Also, it takes a little work on our part now. I've been using it. I was part of the first phase. And so again, you've got to be mindful of bagging your trash. It's about a 90-gallon container. So for most of our average households, you should, that equates to about 7 to 8 regular trash bags, kitchen trash bags, those 15-gallon trash bags that most of us use in our tall garbage cans inside our home. So as you fill those up, be mindful that we'll make your trash pickup only be once a week. And so just be mindful of that. Look for that notification. That's how you'll know if you're in line for that next wave. I feel that once you work out the pains of change as associated to this, you're really going to be excited by how this pickup. I enjoyed it most because I had a lot of trouble with animals, dogs, different type animals would get into your trash if you place your trash out overnight. And also the weather could affect your trash if you place it out at night. This trash bin is sturdy enough where it's pretty much animal and weather-proof. So you won't wake up with any surprises in the morning and see your trash all strewn out in the streets. So I'm excited, and I hope those next wave of residents will be equally as excited as they come onto the program.
Now, I read somewhere, is there a chip that's in those trash bins? That's
a great question. I'm glad you asked that. The trucks that we have bought for this process, they are equipped. They will be equipped. The can itself, let's start, does have a chip on it, or it has a barcode location on it, so that let's say your trash can makes its way out of your yard somehow. It does have a locator on it so that that trash can be returned to you. The nice thing about the trucks is that the trucks can be equipped with cameras so that now there's no more back and forth. They missed my trash. That truck knows exactly what time it stopped by your house to pick up your can. One thing that I look forward to eventually is that truck will also be our eyes and ears when it comes to bulk trash that may be on that route, or dumping that can be on that route. Eventually, that truck will be able to work with the camera system so that they can pull those tapes and record where they saw that trash. That can help us in identifying when that bulk trash needs to be picked up.
Okay, yeah, that sounds really, really neat. Now that we segueing that to one of the biggest things I know you wanted to work on for your district was repaving the road.
Repaving the roads.
Like the wall, what they said, the wall wasn't built, or Noah's Ark wasn't built in 40 days, but you got Jefferson Avenue repaved.
Well, I don't know how long I'm going to be able to really be excited about that, but I know I'm encountered by residents all the time. Jefferson Avenue was such an important artery for us through D7. So I'm just excited that our Roads and Transportation Department, Mayor Woodland, they held true to their promise to the residents to get that street, those 10 blocks paved on Jefferson Avenue. I'm excited to have been a part of the advocacy of that, to work on behalf of those residents to get that done. Well, we haven't stopped there. We have about 23 other streets or segments of streets that will be paved this year in D7. Now, if residents want to know where those streets are, you can go to www.birminghamal, all one word, .gov/roads-transportation. That will give you a full listing of all the districts, and you'll be able to click on a link for D7. There are about 23 again streets or segments that will be paved in D7 this year. Now, this is also just the beginning. It's not the last. We have a 5-year program, and now this is year 3. So there are additional streets that will be paved. So if you don't see your street on that list, please know that there's advocacy and there'll be other opportunities to get other streets paved. And I just want residents to know, we just don't throw those street names up in a hat and throw them back down and decide. The Roads and Transportation Department, they do go out and they look at what is the current state of the roads in the area, how the travel may have changed. For example, we do have one area, Park Avenue in D7. It was just recently paved less than 5-6 years ago. That street is in very poor condition. It is not on this list, but I'm advocating to see if we can get that added to that list or moved up earlier, because in all essence, you would think that street was just recently paved and it shouldn't need, within the last 10 years. But a lot of traffic is in that area now. So there is opportunity to make changes with that list. But any resident that wants to know where those lists are in D7, I encourage you to go to the website, and then you'll be able to see that list. And we also, I encourage you, attend your neighborhood meetings, because this is where we talk and provide this information to residents so that you can know which of those streets are in your actual neighborhood.
Yeah, I think I saw that. And another thing I want to, say toot your horn on as well is, like, I see the 311 app now.
Oh, thank you so much for talking about that. That 311 app I just can't stress enough how this is a great opportunity for residents to take issues and concerns into their own hands. You can report bulk trash, dumping, potholes, sidewalks that need to be repaired, any type of code violations that you may be seeing. You can do that with the essence of using your phone. We all have one of these. And so you'll be able to just go and download the Birmingham 311 app. And that gives you, again, that opportunity. If you use your cell phone, that app has a GPS on it. So once you take the picture and notify 311 of that area, it actually captures that for you. Another thing that it allows you to be more in control, the moment that you send that information in through that 311 app, a triage immediately begins. Just like when you go into the ER, there's a triage to try to fix your problem. There's a triage that happens at that time. Does this need to go to DPW? Does this need to go to Roads and Transportation? Is this a code violation? Does this need to go to PEP? So it takes some of the middleman out of it, and you're talking directly to 311. Now, what I do want to ask residents to do, if they will, when you do send that in, we want to help you monitor and manage that. So if you will call back to our office and give us that 311 incident number, then we can sort of help be the eyes and ears for you as well to monitor that to completion. Another thing, if you are sending information in or sharing a concern through 311, then based on the information that you give, then you'll be contacted by 311. Let's say your neighbor has already requested work or has already talked about the same issue. You will get to see that multiple people in your area are concerned, and that also helps to escalate that to the attention of the right department.
Okay. Before I go, and you always love the end. Any upcoming community cleanup days?
Yes, we do. Thank you so much for asking. Next Saturday, I believe that would be the 19th. Let me get my days straight. That's the 18th, February 18th at the Apostolic Temple Church. That's right off of Bessemer Superhighway. There'll be a cleanup that's primarily around the Green Acres neighborhood over in District 7. And we'll be starting at 9 o'clock. We'll be going from 9 till 11. Please come by and sign up and help us keep D7 clean.
Okay. Well, I always enjoy you coming on, Council President Alexander. Like I said, you stay busy, stay moving. Even if you wasn't council president, you was just busy and staying moving. But
well, thank you so much. Listen, as always, D7 is on the move. I thank the residents. If you have any questions, please call us at 205-254-2498. That's 205-254-2498. I have staff that are manning those phones 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, and we'll always look forward to talking to any of you or assisting you with any issues you have in the district.
All right, well, thank you, Council President Alexander.
Thank you.
Thank you all for watching this video. Please check out what's happening Birmingham.com for more interviews. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and check out the audio version of this on Apple Podcasts. Thank you all again and have a great day. And visit this District 7. We'll throw that out.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching the What's Happening Birmingham video podcast. Please check out our website, app, or subscribe to our YouTube channel for the latest videos today.